away from our village to the next. We walked around wearing orange earmuffs, watching the people shooting handguns, and then the ones shooting rifles. Johnny showed me how to take a wide stance, lift the rifle, and nail a clay pigeon. First in a simulator, and then in real life. One day, he said I was ready. He could take me hunting now. He talked a lot about that hunt before we went. How you had to go after dark, use your night vision, and keep real quiet the whole time. Only one shot was fired the time I joined the hunters, at a wild boar. The shot cracked the silence, and you could hear the boar still running, not like before, but clumsily, branches breaking around it, and in the end limping and confused, as if it knew it was going to die, and was pulling itself through the brushwood in a panic. As we came closer, Johnny swung the beam of his flashlight upward. I saw the beech's bare branches, like long, dark bones reaching for the night sky. Johnny took my hand, clamped the flashlight between his legs, and started rubbing his buzz cut back and forth. And I wanted to ask him why, but kept quiet. He was just about to whisper in my ear. I think it was going to be something big, about us. But one of the hunters interrupted, saying he'd found the pig. He shined a light on it. A clean shot to the shoulder, blood pumping out over the black bristles. It was a large sow, and we all had to help carry her on a pole to the pickup. The next day, it was going to be cut up in Johnny's friend's yard. We headed over after breakfast, and by the time we arrived, there was blood and bristles everywhere, because no one actually knew anything about butchery. Everyone went at it as best they knew how, all the while saying it had to be fast. I never went poaching again. One night, I told Johnny that if he was ready, so was I. He smiled at me, and I was thinking this was the first time I'd ever really seen his teeth. And they were big and white like sugar cubes, perfectly set in his mouth, an odd contrast to his face, which was irregular and acne-scarred. We did it on the bed of his pickup, and the jacket he'd spread underneath me got covered in blood. Girls today don't normally bleed their first time, the school nurse told us during sex ed. Because they go riding and biking, jump and bounce around, their hymens aren't normally intact. I must have had an incredibly subdued childhood, because my hymen was absolutely still intact. The sight of all that blood didn't disgust Johnny at all. In fact, it only took him seconds to come. I didn't know what to say when he was done, but I could already tell that Johnny was a person to watch out for. Of course, like most of the guys in my village, he had violent tendencies, was uneducated and horny, and would be for the rest of his life. But there was more to him. "I didn't know you were a virgin," he said. "What about you?" I asked. "Yeah, I was too." He looked at his stained jacket and said, "I guess you got to start somewhere." The next time was much better, not to mention the third, fourth, and fifth times. Johnny said he thought the two of us, we fucked like porn stars. When we were 16 years old, I broke Johnny's nose with the back of my hand. It wasn't on purpose, in the sense that I wanted it to happen. My arm just flew out by reflex. It had nothing to do with martial arts. Anyhow, it turned into a big thing, because we were in high school and everyone heard about it. The teachers and the nurse and Johnny's parents and mine. Johnny's mother said, "I don't want you seeing that girl anymore." We were in the schoolyard and his nose was bleeding. His mother had rushed over as soon as she found out and was standing there giving me dirty looks. "Mum, Ellinor isn't some little girl," Johnny said. "She's a lady, and what a lady she is." He smiled at me, hair falling over his eyes. "And what a lady she is," he repeated, smiling even wider with those sugar cubes of his.